All right, welcome to the 1200s. Here we have Starduster versus ActivistVictor. ActivistVictor hit me up and shared this replay with me. I looked it over at some point, thought it was good. I remember nothing about it in typical fashion. So yeah, let's hit it up. This one's Autumn's Grace, which is which is a Hyphens map. We've covered a few games on this before. I think the main thing is it's high funds, and then like there's lots of properties that sort of are contestable. All four of these are, and then the corners kind of contestable. The airport's kind of far forward, but this pipe seam blocks it from immediately reaching the center. We have a Kendall mirror, which is kind of interesting, I guess. There's a fair number of COs that are all available at like the low tier of high funds right now. For a while, we couldn't really figure out where Kendall belonged. But yeah, I mean, she's still good. She, like the funds draining thing she does is pretty annoying. She hits hard on cities and all that good stuff. So yeah, she's still a solid CO pick, I would say. So here on this map, let's look at the players for a second. Starduster, we've had him here before. Currently 1166, but he's been rated a lot higher before. And then ActivistVictor has been around for quite a while, I think, or at least certainly has a lot of games, 12, 24. And they have only about 30 league games played with a 1227 rating. 29-4. Nice. So I guess the first thing about this map I usually think about is like if I want to do the APC opening, there's a couple ways to do it, I think. I forget which one's the best or which one I like the most. But yeah, there's a few different ways to open with APC. So yeah, let's get into it. Oh, don't tell me. Is it gonna stop working now? Okay, oh, that was weird. Okay, kind of interesting from ActivistVictor, not oh, hold on. Never mind, I take it all back. So ActivistVictor both goes early APC and goes immediate airport. Well, next to immediate airport. He kind of mirrored the city swap cap first and then went airport. This APC build, I guess one disadvantage is that if you ferry this guy forward, then nobody's capturing this city immediately, but it's like just a small inefficiency, you know. It's not a huge deal. And Starduster also goes APC, moving this back infantry forward. The nice thing about building APC from here is you can load off the infantry in range of the airport while also being in range of the next infantry build from the same base. So it's kind of a nice little move. So one thing about the Ditto, oh, okay, interesting. So Neotank build. So I was just gonna say one thing that's interesting about Dittos in general is like since the CO matchup is, you know, by definition mirrored, like you can kind of do whatever you want. Like both players can go APC, or like one player can go, or both players go no APC, or like recons. Like if as long as it's mirrored, you can just kind of do whatever and it's fine, right? Like there's no huge Unless there's like, unless you get a gain from deviating. Um, okay, that was probably pretty uninteresting. We're going to continue. Yeah, exactly. The APC moves here, infantry hits the airport, infantry go into APC, and then yeah, so then there's the Neo tank here. One oh, and then yeah, so because Starduster has to have extra money because you know it has to be symmetric. Um, he also has a tank that's kind of moving towards the center, which can refute some of the APC's plans depending on what it wants to do. Okay, so this APC, the APCs are actually butting heads into each other, which is okay. And Starduster actually goes second APC, um, which is kind of bonkers, but I approve of it. Um, like a little extra greed in the Ditto is like, as I mean, there's all these cities out here that need to be captured. Might as well accelerate them. Okay, this is pretty spicy. So ActivistVictor seems to be inviting a Neo shot onto this infantry from the city. Um, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's not like a bomber can reach immediately. Um, but I guess you could go for a Neo tank trap, but that's kind of an expensive thing to do. And just in terms of like, it does so much damage that even when injured, it just really wrecks your stuff. So this infantry move is like a bit confusing. We'll see what happens. Okay, so Starduster bites and goes for the infantry kill. We'll see if that's what ActivistVictor had in mind. Wait, hold on a second. Okay, never mind, never mind. All right, bunch of pretty normal looking moves. I will say this like deep in APC to capture that square is pretty nice pickup by Starduster. And it looks like he's outnumbering in tanks by a small amount, depending on what this guy does. Okay, so there's actually that forest square that the Neo attacks from. Um, Kind of makes me wonder if the Neo can just attack back, or it could just full retreat and you're only down 2 Neo HP, and that's not. It's only like 2.2k, which is worth an infantry kill in my opinion. Okay, so actually bad roll counterattack, and now the Neo's gonna die. So I don't know about that one, Chief. Um, didn't really work out. Okay, so lost 7 HP of Neo damage relative to his opponent, and also lost the Neo, which means it can't be healed up again. Not a great start for Starduster, but like he has enough going on the upper left that it's probably going to be okay. Okay, here's the first power. Looks like it delays a few captures, and then this tank was on a city anyways. So it looks like it's kind of an expensive power. It's gonna hurt green a lot. Hmm. So now Starduster's in a bit of a weird position. Just goes for Urban Blight. It looks like Starduster has another Urban Blight coming up right after. Value-wise, he's a little bit behind, but not by much, and he's up in unit count, so that's kind of nice. Okay, and then other recent developments. So Starduster has sent a Neotank, far north to sort of clean this part up. Although he doesn't really have enough full HP tanks, I think, to deal with all this. And then on the right, looks like ActivistVictor is sending his Neotank south, trying to like get some more control down there. And again, Starduster is sitting on CO power. So actually there's a anti-air kill available right here. Okay, and the Neo actually changed its mind and went up north, which is usually you want to know what you're doing before you do it, but no shame in like changing plans if you think you've miscalculated. Okay, and a full retreat in the north, which kind of makes sense. There's a lot of stuff up there, and Starduster can like just trade out, and then capture all these properties down here, hopefully, and then the game will be somewhat evenish. Here's the Urban Blight, which hurts the captures quite a lot. Okay, now Starduster is like a bit behind in unit count. Here's Urban Blight. Okay, I have no idea what Starduster is doing because this Neotank goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and hits the Neotank from the city and then loses the game. Yeah, this is like the weirdest move. Yeah, or kills it that way. That works too. Okay, Starduster throwing. Oh man, what are you doing, man? He doesn't really have, yeah, just resign here. Okay, well, yeah. I mean, Starduster did some things right. Like I think his opening made ended up giving him some early income advantage in the upper left that worked out pretty well. He got scared off, retreated a little bit, and then doubled down on the south on the bottom right, working on some properties. So yeah, good shift there. But like really just throwing the Neotank at the end definitely sealed it. Like if that's your only heavy tank, you just can't allow it to be killed like that. So yeah, GG. That was the 1200s, and then we'll do the 1300s next.